Good evening, Namaskar, Sat Sri Akal, Salaam Alaikum. Welcome to Media Moguls by AWS and on the BW platforms. Ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to OTT, let me break the acronym for you. It's over the top. Over the top was just an expression a decade ago. It's for narcissists and self-absorbed individuals. And the term was used as sarcasm and a punch in the face. It wasn't received well. It wasn't an admired term. To our surprise and to the industry's surprise, when did this transform into content? Nobody has any idea, but I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, each one involved has a story to tell. Today we are sitting in 2021 and OTT now, as we all are aware, is an acronym for content. We started with 128 OTT players in 2016. Today we are down to 40. But that does not mean that the scope has diminished. We are heading towards consolidation. In 2016, when Netflix had come, all of us were having this discussion कि ये market किधर जाएगा? And everybody seemed to have cracked the code. Everybody seemed to know the game. But one thing I can promise you, ladies and gentlemen, and I can speak on behalf of the people who are joining me on this panel, everybody knows everything and nobody knows anything is so much valid in this area that everything else is an aberration. We are sitting in 2021 and by the time professionally generated content was picking up by a number of original content, we were inundated with user-generated content. The ban on TikTok eventually paved way for apps like Takatak who have grabbed a large market share. PGC plus UGC, professionally generated plus user-generated. Will it drive the next $1 billion market value and the next $1 billion? And the next billion users? Well, if I would have answered that question, I would have replaced my panelists long ago. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Abhishek Joshi, Business Head, SVOD, Head of Marketing and Business Partnerships for MX Play and MX Takatak. Abhishek ji, namaskar. कैसे हैं आप? कैसा है मौसम आपके आसपास?
Hi, I'm good. Yeah, all good. The rains have stopped, but all under control.
All under control. Well, I guess you would say the same while you are sitting on that chair and managing your responsibilities, all under control. I'm sure you dream of saying that every morning when you wake up from your bed. But Abhishek, let's start. हम बात करते हैं अक्सर video model for the next billion. Whenever we meet in any conference, any seminar, I'm sure you have attended millions of webinars like this. There seems to be this conversation that नया क्या है? एक time मुझे याद है programmatic buying. When industry was talking about programmatic buying, everybody seemed to know programmatic buying. But down the street, everybody was confused. Is this the same condition with OTT market today?
See, I'll just go back to what you said 5 minutes back on the definition of OTT. Content platforms, digital content platforms have owned the definition of OTT, but honestly, that's not what it means.
Okay.
What does OTT mean? OTT means over the top on a telco, right? So any app or any digital service is an OTT. Whether it be Sari.com or Make My Trip or Paytm, everyone is an OTT. It is just that we were the first movers and we started owning up that term. But,
sure.
But as per definition, every app or every digital service is an OTT. Now coming to your current question of, is there a challenge? Are we struggling? Of course we are. There's a challenge every day, every hour. If I can put my neck out and tell you that we have cracked a code on how to do this business, honestly, we haven't. Only because we are 4-5 years old.
Yes.
Television took 11 years to crack the code, right? 11 to 12 years, and we are a 5-year-old kid who has just enrolled into school. There is a lot more to do and a lot more to learn from this journey. somebody is up one day, somebody is down the next day, somebody is higher on numbers, somebody has launched a brilliant show, somebody has launched a very high scale show which has not worked. See, it's end of the day, this business is based on three things. One is I don't call my I hate to call my viewers as users. I call them consumers.
Okay.
It's this business is based on three things. One is consumers, one is content, and one is tech.
Correct.
And all of these three things, and each of these three things is ever evolving. I mean, consumers are ever evolving, tech is evolving, so is content. So if anybody says that yes, we have cracked the code,
they're fooling. They're fooling themselves.
Don't trust him or her.
That you have touched a very sensitive chord, Abhishek, and rightfully so. Firstly, congratulations. You have reached 1 billion downloads recently. I mean, the news came out last week, and so let me ask you something very frankly, Abhishek. 2018 was the year when everybody started hearing about MX Player. और सबने बोला था कि टाइम्स इंटरनेट काफी लेट घुसा है मार्केट. नेटफ्लिक्स आके चला गया, अमेजॉन आके चला गया, आप सबने अपना लॉन्च कर दिया है. देन 2018 में एवरीबॉडी वाज लाइक टाइम्स ने यार here they have lost the game. Everywhere else they were the champions, be it the print, be it TV, but here they have lost the game. And suddenly you're here at 1 billion downloads. What worked for you? What was your journey?
See, it is actually, we take great pride and we find great happiness in proving people wrong. I mean, as an organization, as a unit, as a team, that is what we yearn for, and that is what we go after. So when I joined in 2018 in October, I mean, I have just completed 3 years, and we launched in Feb 2019. MX Player was just a name or was a service that people used but didn't know about.
Okay.
Right, because it was an offline media player. It was a service app, or it was an accessory to your phone, right? Who could play videos on your phone on a player. That was the genesis of MX Player. 2.5 years from that space to now, about a billion installs, about 280 million monthly active users, to becoming the biggest OTT streaming platform in 2 years, starting from zero, because when we launched, we were at a zero consumer number, zero viewer number. The journey has been very exciting only because we have stuck to three core things, as I spoke about earlier. Three core things in this business, which is consumer, content, and tech.
Correct.
And we, I mean, genetically we are a tech company.
That's what every content company likes to call itself, and it's exactly opposite when it comes to tech companies.
But which is not true, right? Because see, there are two things to it. Either you are an entertainment company or you are a tech company. Right?
Correct.
You can't be both. You can be a tech company, but who also does entertainment.
Correct.
And that is exactly why we have built a entertainment super app, and not just an OTT app. So when I say we have built the biggest entertainment super app, is because we have built a mall. We have built a mall, and the services are small outlets. So you enter a mall and then you choose what to buy from which outlet, right? That is exactly what we have done. So we have an offline media player tab, we have a video streaming tab, we have a music streaming tab, we have games. So it's an entertainment super app. You might download MX Player only for gaming, right? I might download MX Player only for OTT. Somebody else might download it for some other reason. It is so. Who are we to choose on behalf of the consumer? Let the consumer choose by himself.
Correct.
That is exactly what we have done, and that is how we have been accepted
and exceptional. Let me take from your analogy, Abhishek. Like you call yourself as a supermarket, with various offerings. और अगर मैं आपकी app खोलूं, then there are various segments and various fractions to your app. Now let's go on them one by one. Okay, let's talk about content first. Most of your content is, and correct me if I'm wrong, what I rightfully understood by reviewing the content, it's basically targeted towards tier 2 and tier 3 towns. Okay, towards the masses. Now, if I rightfully understand, tell us about the kind of consumers you are targeting, number one. Number two, with consumers comes an array of brands. Are you also targeting local brands? Are you targeting regional brands? What is going on in your mind when it comes to, where is the buck? So आपका strategy क्या? आप मतलब उसी market में रहना चाहते हैं? And I don't want to get into this debate कि कौन सा content अच्छा है, कौन सा content खराब है. Whatever is generating moolah, whatever is generating subscription, people can have different opinion. It's subjective. But what is your strategy going forward?
See, the strategy going forward is very simple. Keep entertaining. When we launched when we studied the market, what we realized was OTT as a phenomenon, as a digital video service, was only catering to the metros. Apart from YouTube, there was no other player who was going into the heartland. MX Player, as by genesis or by birth, is a heartland brand. It is a mass brand. We are the big bazaar of India, if I have to give another example. And we are very happy to be that, No,
but Abhishek, pardon me for being a little on the devil's advocate side. What content is working for you? Is it the soft porn category, which is a great, acceptable part in India? Or is it more confined towards, thrillers, dramas, comedy? What is working for you in terms of content and eventually subscription? And if I rightly understand, it's around $2.60 annually.
No. So are you talking about SVOD or AVOD?
I'm talking about SVOD.
SVOD we have just launched 8 weeks back. So if I have to look at the initial numbers, and it is priced at 199 Indian rupees an annum. We have just launched 8 weeks back, and by the initial numbers, what is working for us is across an array of content, which is web shows, which we already have, and then we have another category of content called MX Videsi, which effectively means non-English shows dubbed in Hindi. The Turkish shows, Korean shows, Russian shows, that works really well for us on SVOD. And then, of course, the array of movies that we have. On the other side, on the AVOD side, what works for us as a genre, our biggest show, Ashram, which I can stand up and raise my hand and put my neck out and say is the biggest show in the world on web. Ashram, where do you categorize it? Is it thriller? Is it drama? Is it crime? Is it, family? So you can't categorize a particular show in a particular genre and say कि ये काम करता है. So if you have to build a formula for it, I will say it is crime, it is youth, and it is males.
Crime, youth,
and males.
Okay.
So instead of categorizing it to a genre or a type of content, what we do is we make show for a demography. Because if I can watch IPL plus if I can watch Mirzapur plus if I can watch Squid Games, how do you make it for me? You make the shows for me basis what I like to watch, right? And we have done that math. So instead of concentrating, so that is exactly why on MX you will see an array and genres of content.
Sure. Now, Abhishek, we had this discussion in the last episode as well when we were discussing where is the moolah, and a very interesting cusp where the Indian market right now is standing is कि हमको कुछ भी नहीं पता है कि हम किधर जा रहे हैं, right? Now, what happens is, like, this is the best time for experimentation. And one very interesting experimentation which has come off lately is user-generated content. Now, if I go through your app, there is a special section of Takatak as well, and it's highlighted. There is special section of music as well, which is backed by Gaana, of course. Now, I would first like to talk about music, then eventually come into Takatak, and then live streaming and gaming as well. Music में, what is the kind of orientation? I mean, is it just music? Are you more open to podcasts? Do you think podcasts as a category is working in India? That's one. If yes, what kind of podcasts? Or if the Indian market is completely non-receptive to audio only format, which is non-music?
No, so podcasts is on a cusp of growth right now. It is just starting to grow. I mean, a year back, nobody even knew what it means. Music on MX, as I said, is a part of our offering as the entertainment super app, and without music that offering will be incomplete, correct? And fortunately we had Gaana as a partner. I mean, it is powered by Gaana. So right now it is audio streaming. It is music audio streaming, and that is what we do well and we concentrate on.
When it comes to Takatak, Abhishek, user-generated content is right now we are inundated with user-generated content. Now, with the problem with UGC is that there are all kinds of people posting all kinds of content. Firstly, how's the engagement worked for you so far? What kind of content do you get at MX Takatak? That's one. Second, what was the thought process going in your mind? Like we had this discussion in the last episode as well. If Facebook comes out with an OTT, that will be a different proposition altogether because people already come to Facebook for a different reason, not for watching content. But if there is content, they're likely to stay more apart from social media. Now with UGC, there are more engagement avenues which are there for consumers and especially the young ones. So what was the plan and what was going through your boardroom discussions जब आप लोगों की बात चल रही थी को MX Player के साथ integrate करते? What was going through your mind and how far have you come from where you launched?
See, it's a very interesting piece. I have to share it with you.
Sure.
As I said, we are a tech company who does entertainment and content, right? So when I say entertainment and content, why restrict ourselves to only long form OTT? That was the genesis of short form video content. Right, that's number one. Number two, when we say that we want to be the number one in entertainment video, digital video, it does not necessarily have to be only OTT video, right? It could also mean short form video. That was the genesis of Takatak. Now, why did we do it? We did it because obviously there's an overlap between consumers who watch OTT and consumers who consume the short form video. But the difference here is, as you mentioned, user generated content. Platforms like Takatak or short video platforms, in my mind, is a platform or a window to give access to the creator as well as to the consumer. It is like a trading platform. I mean, for the lack of a better example, it's exactly like a trading platform. There is a creator economy and there is a consumer economy, and both of them are interlinked. Like if the supply goes up in the creator side, the demand goes up in the consumer side. And if the demand for a particular kind of genre of content or an artist goes up on the consumer side, the supply has to keep pace. And then you asked me what kind of content we receive. We receive 1,000 kind of content. it is actually very surprising how much time and bandwidth do we have as Indians to shoot everything that we do.
Correct.
But we have engines, we have tech to separate the chaff from the wheat and put it up there for our consumers to consume. And last year and a half has really been good for the brand. I mean, we are at 150 million MAU. It is a very big number, and we are the biggest short video platform in this country.
It seems that in your head, at least, you're trying to figure out what works and what model does not work. Now, let me get your attention on the revenue part. Okay, what's going on in your head when it comes to revenue? Like, are you targeting? What kind of brands are you targeting? And how are you integrating brands in the UGC space as well? Will it be a combination of global plus local, or are you trying to, get discussions like these on UGC platforms? What is your strategy as far as revenue is concerned?
See, I will take a step back and I will integrate everything that I said to answer your question. Why are we an entertainment super app? One is obviously for the consumer, right? The second is, why did we launch the short video platform? Why do we have gaming? Why do we have music? Why do we have OTT video streaming on one app? The reason is, when we go to a brand or an advertiser, we go with reach as MX. You know, the advertiser or the brand buys reach and then impact. I mean, let's face it, after YouTube, we are the second biggest digital platform in the country. Now, if I go to the advertiser of 280 million MAU plus 150 million MAU minus of a 30% overlap between both the brands, that is still a sizable 300 million MAU.
Correct.
Okay. Now, who wants to advertise on MX? I will turn the question around and ask, who will not want to be a part of this journey? From FMCGs to NBFCs to automobiles to premium brand. I mean, we had Mercedes and BMWs of the world advertising on us, as well as we have the small local brands also advertise on us because we have the capability of geo-targeting, for example, or we have the capability to slice and dice our audiences. Of this, the dynamics will change because everyone can't afford a 350 million reach, right? So
now, go on. Yeah, please continue.
So it is, again, I'll come back to the statement saying, who are we to choose on behalf of the consumer? Now, in this case, who are we to choose on behalf of the advertiser or the brand? Let them choose what they want to do with us. Now, when it comes to short video, the avenues to monetize is immense, because one is pure play inventory buy, one is pure play advertising. The second most important thing is brand endorsements. The third most important thing is influencer celebrity monetizations. Because I don't know if you are a short video platform consumer, because if you are swiping up every 5, 10, 15 seconds, and if there is an ad, you will not get so impacted with that ad because it is just 5, 10, 15 seconds. Or you might be impacted. So either ways it works, because if you are getting impacted, there is a celebrity endorsement or a brand endorsement with an influencer in the form of content which you are consuming.
Okay. Now, since you mentioned dicing of the audience and you brought dice into play, I will throw the dice gaming on you. You recently introduced gaming to the large community, close to 150 million. What, again, going back to the boardroom, drawing room, what was going through your mind? आपके दिमाग में क्या चल रहा था कि ये कहीं जा करके निशाना लगेगा? पहले सवाल आपसे ये कि क्या आपका निशाना सही लगा? 1 करोड़ का सवाल, आपका निशाना सही लगा या नहीं? What was going through your mind?
See, the point is, we didn't introduce gaming recently. We have gaming on the platform almost a year back. I mean, we just didn't talk about it. It because we wanted to make it a success about it. Right now, as we speak, I have about close to 100 plus games on MX Player. 100 games on one platform is a sizable number, right? And when we went back into the boardroom and were on the drawing board of what do we do next and should we introduce gaming into the mix, we realized why not, because gaming is going to be the next big thing in this country. And if we have the bandwidth, and if there is a sitting audience number on the platform, all we need to do is to introduce those audiences onto the gaming tab, as well as increase the top of the funnel. If I have to give you a number which will excite you, an average consumer spends close to 75 minutes a day on my gaming tab playing games.
75 minutes a day. Okay. Shweta, I need your backpack right now. How are you?
Hi,
very well. Hi, Abhishek, and hi, Abhinav. Good to see you. And
Shweta,
yeah.
Yes. No, I'm intrinsically excited and curious by the fact what Abhishek mentioned. 75 minute दिन कर, मतलब 1 घंटे से ऊपर. I mean, are you seeing this trend across Asia Pacific? Firstly, do you agree with what Abhishek is saying? Or is this a trend which is across Asia Pacific, gaming and live streaming? I mean, is it working or is it just a faff?
Okay, first, before we go to Asia Pacific, I can tell you from my home environment itself, like my teenager daughter, she spends so much time on these gaming platforms, and mind you, not only playing games, but also watching others play games, right? And which is where the live streaming of gaming comes into the picture. So, but yeah, before I talk about that, huge congratulations on the 1 billion download milestone, Abhishek. So great to see this, and really highly commendable work there going in. So yeah, talking about the opportunity for MX Player and MX Takatak. They really completely agree with Abhishek. I mean, there's such a tremendous potential there to leverage that community of millions of users. And like I mentioned, not just for gaming, but also if we add the gaming streaming in the mix, it just, adds another level to the usage, right? And the advancement of cloud technology. Sorry, I have to talk about cloud here and bring in the technology angle here. So yeah, cloud can play a big role there, right? And to your question, whether we are seeing this in APAC, definitely yes. And let me give you an example from Indonesia, right? Where there are, I believe, about 300 different native languages and dialects are spoken across thousands of islands of Indonesia. Right. So in that way, it's a very complex and very fragmented market, just like India. So which is why I picked that example. So there's this company called Gox Indonesia, which is a live streaming platform for esports. And their mission is really to build that innovative live game streaming experience for their users and providing a lot of local language experience as well. Right. So when they launched first in 2019 and they were using their own, on-prem infrastructure, and they were really struggling with latency, often going up to 20 seconds. And that is not really the ideal user experience, right? In fact, the success of any esports live streaming platform really hinges on the players, who are coming to their platform and streaming themselves as they're playing the games, and others are logging on to learn from them, right? So which is why it's very important that they are happy with the user experience and the latency is minimized, right? So last year, in fact, in 2020, when AWS announced the launch of one of our service, it's called Amazon Interactive Video Service, or IVS for short. So this service actually allows people, our customers, to use Twitch, the same technology that powers Twitch, as a service on their platform to provide a Twitch-like experience on their platform, right? So Gox team, they of course ran few POCs, and they decided to migrate their gaming experience, that entire workload from on-premises to Amazon IVS. And they were able to bring down the latency on their platform to as low as 4 seconds. So, yeah, I mean, huge difference there in the user experience, right? And yeah, to your question, whether we are seeing these kind of market signals in rest of APAC, definitely we are. That how live streaming and gaming, they are being integrated to create that entertainment experience, real-time experience.
Sure, touche. Abhishek, taking from Shweta, okay. I know you're a business head, you're a business leader. For you, all your initiatives deserve equal attention. You have that sentiment. But going forward, gaming, live streaming, UGC, original content, what do you think if you have to rank them going forward in the next 2 years? Which will take priority, and where are you expecting maximum moolah and maximum subscription driving coming from? Which part of the app? Will it be game live streaming? Will it be user generated content? Will it be professional content?
What we are not accepting or what we are not acknowledging is what might happen tomorrow. Voice is a very big thing that is going to hit us very soon. The wearable entertainment is the next big thing that's going to hit us very soon. See, when I speak about OTT or gaming or UGC, short video platform, SWOT, see, the party hasn't even started yet. There is enough headroom for each one of these platforms to grow on their own. How much they will grow, we don't know yet. Because end of the day, there is what I have realized in the Indian market is there is no threshold of consumption. There is absolutely no threshold of consumption. Because if you hit them with 100 hours of content, that will be consumed. We need to move towards a feature-based offering which has content at the heart.
Content at the heart.
Can you download it? Can you share it? Can you watch it in HD? Do you have enough capability as a platform to save data while your consumer is streaming it?
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, this comes not as a surprise. Abhishek Joshi, thank you so much for joining us and enlightening us and setting the right tone for the panel coming ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to OTTs and videos, nobody's sure about anything and everybody's sure about everything. That's still a valid statement